Go for it.
Hi, this is Sergey. My name's Victoria, and I work for Carl, Jamie, and Nikki. Here we go.
The Rebel Soapbox Race is a race that is held in London. It's held all over the world, but the ones in the UK are held at Alexandra Palace in London. They are held pretty much every year since 2000, and they consist of you racing a homemade soapbox race, normally down a downhill obstacle course. So we had to create a game to promote the Rebel Soapbox race, as well as other things for it that would fit into interactive visual and audio pieces of media.
We brainstormed a couple of ideas and we come up with Lego, Halloween, spaceships, 80s movies. Personally, I like the spaceships, but I got voted out. 80s movies won. The thing I liked about space is that when doing research into the Rebel races, there was a lot of rocket ships and sort of speed, unknown sort of stuff, so it's a bit wacky.
No.
I'm fine. My idea was a Halloween themed race where you would race against monsters. One of the monsters I thought of was hay bales, because the edges of the obstacle course are normally hay bales, so I thought I'd play off that idea. Ultimately, we didn't go with this idea because it's not necessarily family friendly, and also the Red Bull Soapbox race in the UK is normally held in July, so it wouldn't necessarily make sense for Halloween theme.
We also had an idea for 80s films because of what the cars in the Red Box Soapbox race are based off films.
Yeah. So my idea was Lego, which has been more friendly to like the younger generation, but we decided not to go with that. But this is fine.
We narrowed it down to 3 iconic films in the 80s, so we ended up producing the vehicle from the Ghostbusters films, the DeLorean from the Back to the Future films, and the Batmobile from the Michael Keaton Batman films.
We chose the 1980s film to appeal to a wide variety of ages, as the 3 films are iconic and family-friendly hits. In the Red Bull Soapbox race, all 3 vehicles below have appeared in some capacity. This shows the vehicles have the appeal to be shown in the Red Bull Soapbox race.
So now we're going to break it down to interactive visual and audio for our final. Right, so for interactive, I made the environment for games. This was made in Unity, and it was made of several planes. But I started off with a mountain in the corner, and then there was another plane of woodland, which narrowed down towards the city. See, it was like trees, different textures.
I've done the coding for it, so I created the timer and the finish line. It's an essential part of the game, really, because without a timer or a finish line, there's no end to it. You'll just go and sort of loop forever, so it's quite an important part.
I created the starting menu and the credits menu, and so you could load up the game and choose your characters.
I created an interactive website that we could use to promote both the race and the game. It was designed to mimic the website of Red Bull itself to give it a more professional look, and also on the site there is some info about our personal work as well, and that's the main menu of it.
For my visual aspect, I made a really cool looking poster. When doing research into the 80s, I found a lot of posters with rainbows and neon sort of themes. These lot said rainbows was 60s. I wasn't having it. With my research, there was definitely some rainbows in there. I also used the colour scheme of Red Bull, so the red, the blue, and also just a little bit of extra 80s. That is
New.
neon, and also that's the font from Back to the Future as well.
So I made a few assets in 3D Max. So I made like the hay bales, I made the Red Bull banner, which I based on a life-size one, and I made like the buildings, the roads, which was helped to with the racing.
I created
Yeah.
I created the 3D models for all the vehicles in the game.
Yeah, so from here you can see like the 3D stuff, as well as the
And I created the textures for the models using a mix of tools in 3ds Max itself and image editing in Photoshop.
Alright. We're going to play a couple clips and then talk about them. So I did the track for the while you're in the game. I'll play a few seconds up.
Please insert additional coin.
And then it goes on to the rest of it. So I use this for 2 clips that I found on YouTube, but I did alter. So like the first, it's like 5 seconds of like please insert the coin. I've changed that. And I changed the top one, which was like a 80s song, but I've made it like multi-band congress and mastering. And the next sound I did was a can opening. Okay. So that's the original one, but however I had to compress it because for some reason I wouldn't play it properly, so I made it smaller in the game. Yeah.
I recorded a sound thing of my car. I also edited the goes up a bit. And I also edited the gear change sound in, so you couldn't really hear it in the original video, so I took another one and then put it over it and mixed the volumes a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, that's my sound. Fascinating.
You finished the race. You finished the race.
I brought my friend around for a recording session to get an announcer's voice for a race, as races have announcers. And I then added a reverb and an echo to the sound, make it sound more like it was over a radio.
I created some menu music for the game. Throughout the music of the game, there are also car sounds, the sounds of cars going past, which after some research I found that's a weirdly common stereotype in racing games, that during the menu you do have like noises of cars going past. So I took some existing drive-by sounds and added some effects to them so it would make more, well, just sound better within it, because they didn't necessarily feel right. They had some background noise, so I tried to edit that out as best as I could. Just going to play them all now, isn't it?
You finished the race.
That's been there from that.
Yeah.
Testing, so we've done a bit of testing.
Yeah, so we did testing, we had like 10 questions and we like 6
That's a
students.
neon graph there.
Yeah.
Like that, beautiful.
Yeah, I did. So we had 10 questions. The 7 were like rated out of 10, and so we had a wide range of ages, like 21, 17, 18, 18, 18. So the question 1 was, what do you think of the quality? So this was like textures, looking wise. We have like an overall over 5. Question 2 was, how would you rate the speed? And everyone was quite hard on that one. It's like 7, average of 7, yeah. Which is good, so we don't really have to change that if we were to improve it. Question 3, how would you rate the controls? That's pre-scripted, so it's hard to change that. We could alter it a little bit. Question 4, the environment, yeah, a bit of overall 7, 7.5. So that's good, so we can still change it, make it better. Yeah, question 5, good range of sounds, yeah, that's another 7, 8, apart from 1. We can still add more sounds and make them better. Right, question 6. Oh, the Clyde is okay. Yeah, so we had definitely mixed results. Some people were really good, some people didn't think they were good at all. But yeah, we can still improve this next time we do it. Oh yeah, and question 9 was the quickest lap, so that's why it was so low compared to the rest of them. But they were like 1 minute, it took about a minute to get around them. Yeah.
Thank you. We're going to play the game now.
You would like to do the honors?
Oh, I don't know.
Who's
Where
that?
do you put it? Is it on the desktop?
Don't do it from file 1, do it from the
Yeah.
thing itself. Yeah.
And here's a demonstration of our game.
Practice is so much.
You finished the race.
And that's all.
That was our game.
Thank you.
Any questions?
Lovely. Nice and easy.
I have some questions.
Yeah.
Oh, do you?
What's the title of your game?
Oh, the title of our game is Cinema Speedway. We didn't actually put that in, which was a mistake.
Speedway. Okay. And out of all your products, you've got a website, you've got a poster, and you've got a game. How have you made those kind of all sync so that when I see them all individually, I know that they're from one brand?
From Red Bull logo. Done.
Is that it?
Oh yeah, it's the logo of the brand.
Okay.
Colour schemes.
Yeah, go on.
Red. Is in that a lot?
Okay, so the website matches that, does it?
Yeah.
Can I have another look at the website?
Sure. A lot of the Red Bull logo is plastered like everywhere too, so
Yeah. I mean, you might be able to put the Red Bull logo on every corner.
Yeah. Yeah, it
So I
wasn't
think
really
you're not
showing-
going
it
to
was-
forget it's Red Bull,
It
are you?
wasn't really showing the costume.
and the website is this. It's got a lot of the Red Bull, a lot of images from the actual thing itself, some info about the Red Bull Soapbox race itself, a place where the game is held, as well as some Mickey's wonderful posters, and then also some info about our projects itself and some info about things we did.
Okay, thank you. And how do you think your game is going to encourage people to get involved?
Because they're going to go, wow, I really enjoyed that game. I would really enjoy it in real life. I would take a Red Bull soapbox race. So I think
Okay. Any other questions?
Did you run into any problems while you were making the game?
yeah, loads of problems.
What were they?
Every single time we tried to put it on another computer, it's like everything would break. We'd have to do everything from scratch, basically.
We ran into a lot of consistency issues while we were running the game, it would work fine. When someone else tried to play the game, it wouldn't. There were some issues when you download the game on certain browsers, which we needed to fix.
Yeah, models wouldn't be attached to cars and code would just stop working.
How did you overcome those things?
I think with the code thing, for one problem anyway, I remember it's because I forgot to tick a box. It was a actors trigger box, so I was there faffing with code for ages and it looked like it was all fine, but I forgot to tick that one box. What else? I forgot to move for the timer text. I forgot to move the UI that I made for the timer into the thing, so it had nothing to go off for a timer.
So you say you forgot. So
Well,
what
yeah, no, I
caused
sort of,
you
I didn't
to-
realise, did I? But then I realised to do it, so I wasn't really forgetting. I overcome the problem
There's a lot of testing and then trial and error throughout the
Yeah.
creation of it.
and googling.
Google did
It's not a
does
research
help a lot.
method, is it? But
There's a lot of helpful tutorials for all facets of the game that were able to help us further understand coding and how to use the Unity engine, that we could then apply the knowledge that we had to our work in the game.
Can I ask quickly as well, were there anything that you originally intended to do and then you had to change track a little bit? And why did you do that if that didn't happen?
well, not really. I mean, there was sort of.
No, there was.
I mean, we debated it originally. It was sort of like while brainstorming, but I think once we sort of.
What?
Go on.
No, because we originally wanted to do 3 cities, one for each basing on the film. Like, so one would be from the Ghostbusters, one would be from Batman, and one from Back to the Future. But it was hard to imply that while doing the buildings because they're all different. Like, so Batman's quite dark, like the Gotham. and
I'm
then-
sure if we had more time, we would
Yeah.
have loved to, like,
But they might have not realised if we create that thing.
as well as that, yeah.
Yeah, so we only made like one basic scene to get the overall feel for it.
So what did you base your environment on that's on there?
So
Anything?
my environment was, well, I wanted to start, I was thinking of more like get out like the Batman cave, but that didn't happen and I just wanted to,
Mainly had a large open area because open areas, especially in driving games, tend to be more fun to interact with because you can play around with speed and stuff.
and
That would,
eventually finish in the city.
and then eventually finish in the city, which is more of a populated area and is going to be more where the Rebel Slowpoke race itself is based, because it's based in London.
Okay.
Is there anything that you would have liked to add to the game? Like, for instance, at the end there wasn't the windscreen.
Yeah, that's definitely the main thing I'd like to add, but wasn't enough time really.
So
I mean,
that's
it
something.
still says you finished, so you can sort of just go, oh, that's the
Yeah.
finish.
So
not
would
good
that be
finish,
something
but-
you would have
Would work, yeah.
liked to
definitely.
And
work
screen
for
and
if you had
just
more time?
Yeah, 100%.
More like detail and polish all around. I
Yeah.
think like the colliders on the hay bales were issues that we had that if we had more time we would have tweaked a bit more to be more polished, but overall I think we're pretty happy with how things were.
Okay, thank you.